Alright, so this is what a computer without an operating system looks like when you try to boot it up. So I'm going to hit the power button. You see the power light here? It's got into the BIOS. And now it's trying to load an operating system that is non-existent. So it's stuck in like a booting loop right now. And that makes sense because there's absolutely no data on the hard drive because I just put a brand new one in. I'll link the other video to that right up here. And so I'll show you what we need to do to get an operating system. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hard shut it off. Shuts off really fast because there's nothing going. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we need to get a Windows 10 media creation tool, and you can just type in Windows 10 media creation tool, hit enter, and you're going to download a Windows 10 disk image and ISO file from Microsoft.com. So go ahead and hit that, and you are going to create a Windows 10 installation media. Download the tool now. And I'm going to save it to a blank USB that has more than, I think, 8 or 9 gigs. So it's just the creation tool, so we'll go ahead and hit save. And we're going to go ahead and open that up. And go to this. I'm going to open the media's creation tool. You can see blah, blah, blah. Let's go ahead and hit yes. And then we are going to do a couple things here. It's good to start with the blank USB. You pretty much don't want anything else on whatever thing you're going to do. You're going to have to accept a couple things. Basically, Microsoft has all your data, blah, blah, blah. This is really important right here. So I'm doing this on my desktop. I already have Windows 10, and we need to create an installation media USB blah 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 for another PC. So hit next, and I have a 64-bit processor or whatever, so that's what we're gonna do. USB flash drive needs at least 8 gigs, as you can see here. We're gonna hit next, and just gonna click on this guy here. Takes a couple minutes. Depends on how fast your internet is. We have 500 gigabit internet here, so it only takes like, oh, I don't know, 30 seconds to download 8 gigs. Not that long at all. Then it's going to run a checksum to make sure that what you download matches what it should be. And it's going to go ahead and create the ISO image. The download took me about, 2 minutes or so. Alrighty, so now that the flash drive is ready, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the laptop. Alrighty, so I have my USB with the installation media connected to my computer. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and hit F2. And what we want to do is we want to turn on everything that makes sure that it will boot from the USB. I'm going to try disabling this. I set the boot priority to be everything that's USB first. I don't know exactly which one of these is the one that I'm using right now. So let's go ahead and hit F10 and Save and return and see if it boots right this time. So what it should do is it should boot into the USB. Oh, we got something there. I'm gonna hit enter. It's doing something, I'm not exactly sure. There we go. So just give it a sec, you might have to wait a little bit. Not all the drivers for this computer are all loaded because there's nothing on here, but this is what the Windows setup will look like. So you'll go ahead and, oh cool, I have my mouse. So languages to install: English, time and currency English, US, that sounds good to me. Go ahead and hit next. Let's go ahead and install now. Alright, so I installed Windows 7 on here because this laptop drives me nuts. It's actually easier to install Windows 7 and then upgrade it to Windows 10 than it is to start with Windows 10. I don't know why. I think it just has something to do with the licensing because this computer was built for Windows 7 and the MAC address and whatnot was set up for Windows, I don't know, Windows 10, whatever. So here's what I'm going to do. The first thing I did was I right-clicked and went to screen resolution, and then I came over here to this menu and I changed it to the highest I could. This still isn't the highest. This was the original reason why I want to throw this laptop out the window because I'm having issues with the display adapter. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to push Windows and E, which opens up the File Explorer. And then I'm going to go into my Windows 10 thing, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Setup. Let's go ahead and run this. And this should start the Windows 10 upgrade. It won't be able to go online because I don't even have the wireless adapter. It's pretty annoying. So here we go, booting up the computer. Now I have Windows 10 on it. Just a recap of what I did, I installed Windows 7 on it, and then I upgraded to Windows 10 because the Windows key that I have only works for Windows 7, but you can still get a free upgrade to Windows 10. That's one of the dark secrets about this. So if you have a Windows 7 machine, you should still be able to upgrade to Windows 10 for free. So do not pay for that stuff. So yeah, there you have it. Hopefully you liked that video. Smash that thumbs up if you did, and subscribe. Definitely gonna have more tips, tricks, and tutorials for Windows. I have a whole series, I guess, planned around you know, like hotkeys and just things to do with Windows. So yeah, that's that. This laptop's kind of driving me crazy because it's 8 years old and I don't think they're supporting this platform anymore. A lot of the hardware on here is probably outdated, so they're not supporting the drivers. It's a big story, but I had a crash one night when I was using software, and then I rebooted, it had the same crash again, and then I wasn't able to actually boot into Windows. And part of the big problem with that is that the display driver was messing up, and then when I went to download it from the actual website, it actually crashed the computer running the installation software for the display adapter. So it's kind of annoying. There was 2 different ones. I contacted Asus because they're the manufacturer of this motherboard, or was it? Either way, I think it was Asus. I contacted Radeon. Yeah, I think Asus makes Radeon graphics. They're the one that make this display adapter. And so, yeah, I think they just kind of fall off the face of the earth when you have older hardware, and then I just don't think they update their drivers and keep things right. So anyway, that software is crashing my computer, and it's literally from the manufacturer's website of this laptop. So it kind of drives me crazy, but there you have it. I have a working computer now. Now I'm going to have to go through, and I have tons and tons of drivers that I have to load. That's always the first thing you have to do when you do a fresh install. So you have to go in and do your wireless card adapters, your display adapter drivers, any type of settings for the specific laptop. This one has a suite of software called Easy Settings, so these function keys actually work the way they're supposed to. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but once you learn how to install an operating system on a computer, it actually kind of empowers you. So if I wanted to, I could dual boot this computer, cut the hard drive in half, and make half of it for a Linux boot or something like that, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing, so I can kick people off Wi-Fi and whatnot. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.